Hey, well, welcome to Strictly Local Live on Felixstowe Live. I'm Chris, and we're here doing what we're going to try doing more and more because there aren't currently any other Strictly Local news shows currently available in Felixstowe. So we thought we'd do one, and at the moment, the aim is to do one on Mondays and Fridays, and occasionally on Wednesdays, so you get a morning dose of local stuff, if you like. And we'll see where that goes. There is an issue, of course, with all local stuff, which is that at the moment it's only me. If you want to get involved in doing some local morning news and you wake up reasonably early, get in touch with me. I would love to hear from you. If you're interested in what happens in our town and want to kind of be involved, then this is an opportunity you might want to take. Anyway, let's get to it. What have we got today? We've got some interesting stuff because we have had a great weekend. I have to tell you, I think it's been brilliant. I've been out working away as I do, and the first thing I was at was the vintage car rally. We got some excellent footage of that. If you want to see all the cars, literally all the cars in the vintage car or the vintage vehicle or historic vehicle, do on Sunday. It was brilliant. I filmed, I think, virtually every car and most of the lorries and buses. And to be honest with you, there was stacks and stacks going on. Some lovely cars, as you can see. This is some of the first batches of cars to come onto the northern end of the prom. I think I got most of those. There were also a good selection of seriously old and seriously vintagey commercial vehicles, many of them like this one, the pride and joy of the gentleman who was driving it. I think it belonged to somebody else, but he was having a wonderful time driving the vehicle. So there you go. And then, of course, there were the military vehicles, and this is the one I have to tell you that I really, really liked. Oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's just so huge. The driver was up there. I should have given you a shot as well, showing the driver at the wheel, because he was just so high off the ground. I said to him, "Are you frightened of heights?" And he said, "Thank goodness, no, I'm not." There you go. So who have we got out there in our world today? We've got Rachel Webb. Good morning to you, Rachel Webb. And we've got Jane Clark. Good morning to you. And Rachel Webb, you are right. It was an excellent weekend. We all had a lovely time, I hope. I think so. And there you have it. That was a great weekend for Felixstowe, and it marked the beginning, I think, of a new beginning, if you like, since the whole COVID thing, because COVID destroyed or knocked back so many of the events that we get in Felixstowe, and so many of the events that we actually love in Felixstowe, don't we? I love that car run because I just think it's fantastic. And the other thing that I think is great about it, because I enjoyed the cars and I'm sure you enjoyed the cars, but the other thing I get out of it that I really like is I don't know what you call it, the kind of enthusiasm, the devotion that those people who keep those cars in good running order and in brilliant physical condition, the sheer amount of enthusiasm, the sheer amount of devotion that they put to those, I find that actually a bit inspiring. I don't know about you. Okay, so what's happening in Felixstowe? Well, we've also got a little bit more news about this show later in the day. This is Bless 'Em All that's coming up on Sunday. There are two shows, 3 and 7 p.m. at the Spa Pavilion on Sunday. It's not hugely expensive like some of the shows are getting to be. You can get them for £17.50 and concessions of £14.50. So that's a pretty good deal, I think, to be honest with you, for locals. And if you come from any distance away, come down from Ipswich, come from wherever you want. I was lucky enough, I should say, really, to go and see a rehearsal and meet the director and one or two of the people there. And I have to say, I think it's going to be a fantastic show. And we'll bring you a chat with the people who are making the show, putting the show together later in the day, I hope. That's my plan. Okay. What have we got to tell you about today? Don't forget, if you want to get in touch, I would love to hear from you. Give me a shout on Facebook or on YouTube if you wish. We're on both channels. So let's see what else we've got to talk about, or we have to talk about today, because it's quite important that we do these things. Okay, first things first. Well, my goodness, the weather. As you can see, it's not going to be a hot day. I need a slurp of tea, so I'm going to have that while you're looking. There's the weather for you. It's today it's supposed to be light cloud and a gentle breeze. There is a possibility of rain during the morning mainly, but it's only going to be light rain. It's only going to be short showers, I am told. So we'll have to see where that one goes. So that's the weather forecast. Drink your fill. It is also available on Felixstowe Live's Facebook page along with this video. There's a separate post of the weather. So let's say goodbye to the weather. The tides in Felixstowe today, high water is about 2 o'clock. Low water has just gone past, and as you can see, the tides are not particularly high. We get up to 3.9, something like that on an average spring tide. And we're now going down towards neap tides, where the tides are the lowest at high tide and the highest at low tide. The gap between the two is smaller than at spring tides. Okay, I do bore people about this, don't I? But it's just one of those things. And then we'll finally look at ships. So we've got 3 vessels doing today, this afternoon. Navios Vermilion is a regular caller. March and Maersk is a regular caller. Gardenia Seaways and Tulipa Seaways are both ferries running for DFDS. And Zapadny, we had that one wrong yesterday. We showed that as departing yesterday, but in fact it isn't departing until today. While I'm on the subject of shipping, there we go. Let's just get rid of get rid of my graphic there. One of the things I was going to say to you is that, as you know, we did publish a post, I think, on, I've got mixed up with my days. It feels like Monday, isn't it awful? Okay, so we did publish a photograph of Eva Arm when she arrived, and that photograph was taken from the Harwich Haven Authority webcams. But we haven't had a decent bit of video of it. There's a couple of videos of the ship arriving at Felixstowe, but they're out of focus and not particularly nice. If you have a really nice still of Eva Arm arriving, I'd love to see it. Send it to me. We'll publish it and give you a credit. It's our privilege to do that if you want us to. But you do have to say that we can publish it, because otherwise we don't like to nick your copyright. Let's see what else we've got. Right. Okay. So there's Jane Clark. She said it looked great. Hey, we have a classic car, so totally appreciate your coverage. Well, we do the best we can, I have to tell you, Jane. But I'll tell you something, it was the most crowded historic vehicle run we've ever seen, I think. There were more people than I think I've ever seen before at that, although I have to admit, I don't usually go down mid-afternoon. It was really busy. But I hope it was great for our local traders in Felixstowe. So thank you for that, Jane. And then we've got Mark Barker here. Couldn't make it to Felixstowe, so loved the coverage. Hey, well, I'm delighted that you did, Mark. That's why I do it, I guess you'd say. Partially because I enjoy it, and partially because I like making people a bit happy, if I can. We make people a bit miserable at times, I know, but it's just part of the situation of doing things like this. So, got something to say? I would love to hear from you. There are no holdbacks or anything like that on this channel. We just tell you what we know. Okay, let's just get to another little click that I need to make. That's that one. So your upcoming news, your upcoming events, what's happening in your neck of the woods. I'd love to hear from you. All you have to do is get in touch with me, Chris, on Felixstowe Live's Facebook page. Anytime you can send me a message, you can send me just a post, whatever you want. I love to hear from you. I love to have your photographs, and we will publish increasing amounts of those on this show, which is going to run 2 or 3 times a week. It will run Mondays, Fridays, and I think as often as I can on Wednesdays. But you have to bear in mind, if my name was Anglia TV or if my name was the BBC, I'd have 10 or a dozen people working on this. But as it is, there's only this old geezer doing it. Okay, if you like what we're doing, if you're enjoying what we're doing, give us a like, give us a love, because I like to have them. What can you say? Okay, what else have we got? Well, let's go back to my listings and see what else we've got. We got that Bless Them All. We showed you that, and we're kind of coming up to near the end of our show, but we've got a couple more things to show you. One of the things that I have to tell you I really enjoyed was yesterday's fun run. If you were at the fun run, then maybe you'll have seen this. We recorded, or we didn't. We actually played the whole thing live. The film quality was better than this, I have to tell you. The video quality was better than this. But if you want to see the whole of the fun run, then I have to tell you, I recorded the whole hour of it. My goodness, my feet hurt because I walked around the course, as it were, against the flow of runners. So I think we've got virtually every runner who took part in that fun run. We've got a decent shot of it, everyone, I think, over the period of time. There were one or two patches where the video signal wasn't really very good, but on the other hand, there were loads of patches where it was. So you can see, I hope, every single runner. Have a look, find your rallies, let us know if you find them. I'd love to hear from you. Okay. So what else have we got? We've got a couple of things to mention that I do want to mention, because otherwise, you know how it goes. You feel that you've kind of missed people out and let them down. The ones that we want to mention are upcoming next week. Sorry, next weekend, this coming weekend, is Music in Felixstowe has a big concert on at St John's Church, I think, and that's on Sunday afternoon, and that should be fantastic. I'm going to put on a post about that a bit later today, because from my point of view, Music in Felixstowe I think is terrific. I'm not a classic music fan, but I do appreciate how hard the people involved work and how brilliant they are. There are some fantastic musicians out there playing for and with Music in Felixstowe. So they have a big concert coming out this coming Sunday afternoon at St John's Church in Felixstowe. Get along there if you can. I'll include a lot more details in the post that's going up today, so you'll be able to see that. So what else have we got? Let's just run down here. Okay. And Rachel Webb. Rachel, great to see so many keen runners. They were, well, there's so many kids. They had a fantastic time. Some of the kids were going like rockets, I have to tell you, and I thought that was just great to see. Then there were so many as well proud mum and dads. Mum and dads, if your kids were in the run and you haven't seen the coverage on Felixstowe Live, go to our Facebook page and you will find it there the whole hour. I think most people passed me 3 or 4 times. I guess so. A lot of keen runners charging about the place like mad people. They enjoyed it. And I think that's great. That's what living in Felixstowe, or part of what living in Felixstowe is all about. So there you have it. That's my little morning roundup of stuff. I'm going to just check that I haven't forgotten anything, because you know how it is. So we've got the weather, we've done the tides, we've done the ships, we've done Bless Them All. I'm just going to hit that one again and remind you that later today we will have a chat with some of the people who are involved with that. And let's just see if I missed anything. No, I didn't miss anything. Just see if there's anything that you want to say. If you want to say something on Felixstowe Live's live show, you're very welcome to do so. All you need is a PC, a laptop, a tablet, or a smartphone. And if you do that, then you can be on. There is no problem with that. And what else are we going to show you? We're just going to show you this little clip. And then I'm going to say what I usually say. Get rid of that. There we go. We'll be meeting some of the people involved with that show later on today. Let's just say to you, thank you very much for watching this little clip. We are gradually working at making this bigger and better. Don't forget that this is put together inside about an hour and a half before it goes live. So we do what we get. The more information you give us, the more viewpoints you have. Don't forget that you can actually pre-record a piece and send it to me. If you've got a topic you want to talk about, I'm glad to hear from you. If you've got photographs to show us that you'd like to have published, send them to me and I'll be very happy to go along with them. Okay. I'll catch my breath now and say thank you very much for watching. My name's Chris. I put together this show. Oh, I see. I put together this show 2 or 3 times a week, and will continue to do so. We'll hopefully expand it, make it bigger, get more people involved. If you would like to be involved, I'd love to hear from you. And that, I have to say, is all we got. I'm going to say this one as well, which is, if I can find the click on my thing, well, there we go. That's the one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.